Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, to be predicted this time of year, it is a cold and windy night in downtown Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Good. 180. That's track. That's track.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. And a peek now at the offense for Cleveland.
And this offensive line, they're going to have to be a lot better than they were right there. We certainly won't measure them just by one play, but they definitely got a big challenge ahead of them in this one because this defense, they love to run blitz, and they clog up the running lanes.
On 2nd and 10, Mayfield. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Back to it after the pick six, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield down. And he's got the hook up to Landry. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. Mayfield now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. They'll run on first down with Singletary. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Here's Singletary. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From the gun, Mayfield. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Hopkins' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Fisher, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joe Schobert able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, pick your game up. Watch twist. Watch the twist. Let it go.
They go play action now. Jackson out to his left. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down now, it's Fisher. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 42. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing.
He's got a man, complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play that time for the Ravens. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Browns drive about to get started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 1st down, Mayfield. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So we've reached halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll keep it on the ground. Fisher. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check three, check three, check three.
Play action. Now Jackson on the move to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Fisher. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. On third down, Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 19th touchdown now on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Auden Tate, 77 yards. As his guys are back within a single score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll have a first down past the 40. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for the Ravens. 47 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook. And that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys in the cornerback position.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. To throw is Jackson. To throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Jackson got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 5th touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is fielded at the goal line. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns' drive about to get started. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He completes it to Tate. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Hey, you got three. Three down.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 10 more there and another first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Singletary. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Mayfield to throw it. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you really don't look.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Olivier Vernon able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Play action. It's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 55 yards. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. From the gun, Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. To throw is Jackson. The quick slant caught. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And the Browns getting set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Mayfield on first down. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Third and long for Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. One last shot from Mayfield here. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Chris Manhertz, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. Defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
This will be taken very short.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, they're